I'm going to show you today how to avoid a jog in your stripes. So normally when you work the stripes in the round, in the beginning of the round, you will have a jog because you're actually working in a spiral. And I use a trick to minimize this to the point where it's almost invisible. So let's get started. So I am here on round one when I'm going to change the color. Here's my end of the round marker, and I'm going to change the color to white after this marker. So the first round, I'm just going to knit with my old color, which is black. I'm going to knit to the marker and slip the marker. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to knit that first round where I changed the color. I'm going to twist it around because the color, you want to make sure your yarn is kind of anchored to something. So when you start out, you just tie it in a bow. But on the subsequent color changes, you just kind of want to make sure that your yarn doesn't give you a loose stitch, because that's what will kind of interfere with the effect. So basically, I am going to go and tie that around, kind of twist it around in the back. And then I'm just going to knit one round and make sure it's not, kind of, you kind of have to hold on to this in order not to make it too loose or too tight. And I'm just going to knit one round. So I'm coming to the end of the round, the end of the first round with a white color. And I slip my marker at the end of that first round. And then the trick here is what I do is I will lift, just trying to rearrange it to show it to you. I will lift the right leg of the stitch below. So my old color is black. So I will be lifting the right leg of that stitch and placing it on my left hand needle. And then I will be knitting these two together and just continue knitting. And so what you're gonna have is no jog. No jog. So here the stripe is absolutely there's no jog. I used this trick here in these stripes and it worked really well. So there you have it. You might have to play around with the tension here when you're carrying that yarn, the non-working yarn, because that will tug your stripe down. But overall, I think it works really well. There's no obvious jog here. Like, I don't have anything to show you to compare, but it looks like a spiral, so it's really obvious. So yeah, I've tried a bunch of different tricks and I think that one works the best. So I hope you learned something new today, and happy knitting. Bye.